Hey everyone, welcome back to the Soundbyte. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be jumping back into Led Zeppelin again, continuing on with the first album and going through the entire, the whole album basically, from track by track, from the first one to the last one in order. So last one we did Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, which was the second track, and today we're going to be looking at You Shook Me, which is the third track on the album. Another one that's over 6.5 minutes long, or just at 6.5 minutes long, like the last one. So this would be interesting to see where this goes. The song title doesn't sound familiar, so I don't know if I've heard this one or not. I won't know until I listen to it. But it doesn't sound familiar at all. So let's get straight into it with Led Zeppelin's You Shook Me. Alright, so we got some bluesy stuff going on here, okay? Never really heard anything bluesy from Led Zeppelin. I'm kind of surprised I haven't yet.
You shook me all night long. You know you shook me, baby. You shook me all night long. You shook me so, oh baby, baby, please come home. I have a book that was sown, and I have heard that sing. I have a bird that was sown, and I have birds that sing. I have a bird won't do nothing. But I'm gonna ring.
The solo is not even the guitar, it's not a keyboard, it's another instrument, right? Let me know if you know the instrument that's playing right now. That's a harmonica, I know that. Yeah, I forget the name of that instrument. Please let me know. If it is a keyboard or an organ or whatever, then yeah, I stand corrected. But obviously, it's another instrument that I know is kind of popular in a lot of blues music. So let me know what the name of the instrument is. It's just, the name escapes me, and I've actually seen it in person as well. It's a fantastic looking instrument. I love it. And it has a great sound to it as well. That when used effectively, it's just perfect. But yeah, there's a name for it, and if it is the instrument that I'm thinking of, obviously, but a lot of those kind of those instruments like the keyboards and pianos and organs and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many different sort of versions of basically whatever that kind of instrument is. It's just so many different ones that all they kind of can be very effective, and they can also be really bad as well, depending on how it's being used, So, or not so necessarily bad, but just maybe a little boring. So maybe that depends on the player, I guess. So, yeah, it's a nice one to see an all-out blues track from Led Zeppelin. I hope this is not a cover song, right? Let me know if this is Led Zeppelin song. Surprisingly, and this is another rabbit hole we can go down at some point later on, but there's so many hit songs in the past that ended up being a cover song that was actually written by someone else like years before. So it's not surprising that now to sort of see that a track has been a big hit, and all of a sudden you find out later that actually someone else wrote it, and it's like, okay, so technically it was a cover song. So, and the only reason why I say that now is because like it's an all-out blues song, and I understand Zeppelin obviously have a lot of blues influences in their music, but I've never heard them do an actual just all-out blues track like this. So I was just wondering, wait, is this a cover song or what? So, but let me know in the comments if you know the story behind the song. But yeah, I love it. I do love the blues. It's kind of rooted in my musical taste to a certain extent, especially solos and things like that. I love guitarists who have a lot of the blues influences injected into their kind of DNA, so to speak. That's why Slash, for example, is one of my favorite guitar players, because a lot of his stuff is kind of bluesy. He's certainly his tone as well. And then James Hetfield from Metallica, when he does solos, it's got more of a bluesier sort of sound to it than his counterpart in Kirk, who does more kind of sort of different sort of style of guitar solos. So, but yeah, blues is definitely right up my alley for sure.
You shook me, baby. You shook me all night long. I know you really, really did, babe. I said you shook me, baby. You shook me all night long. You shook me so, oh baby. You shook me all night
Wait for that. I was waiting for that final sort of ending, with the track. Because the one thing about blues music is it's kind of, I mean, I love it, like I said, but like it is predictable, and sort of it has sort of this formula that when bands do blues music, especially with a song like that, that there's just this structure that is just it's just a formula. It's like it's there. You follow that pattern, and it kind of starts and you can play around with it a little bit in the middle, but then it kind of ends kind of similar. And those rudimentary kind of chords and stuff are always kind of there, and it's just it's very very predictable. No, not necessarily mean that in a bad way. It just means that that's what it is, So this is how it's structured. So I was kind of waiting for the ending, and I wasn't sure where are they going to actually do it because it was very close to the end, and it kind of obviously leads on to the next track, which is Dazed and Confused. But yeah, that's certainly on this album so far with the three tracks that I've listened to. I'm gonna say that was probably my favorite. I like Good Times, Bad Times so far just because it had a hell of a groove to it. I just kind of feel it was just way too short. They definitely could have extended that song way, way longer. So not to see a longer track here, but yeah, blues is right up my alley. So I'm never gonna sort of like turn that down for sure, So there you go. So Led Zeppelin with "You Shook Me" off the debut album in 1969. So we'll be continuing on the rest of the album as we go along over the next we'll see how we go next couple of weeks, I guess. So anyway, thank you for tuning in as always. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't. It always helps the channel and the algorithms and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.